Hello farmers and welcome back to the Mythical Woods. Headed on down to the store. And you know what? While I'm here, I probably should just fuel up. Because usually I don't realize I'm low on fuel until I get back to the farm. So we'll spend a few bucks and buy some fuel while we're doing that. And while we're done doing that for 118 bucks. We need to come into the store. And the first thing we're going to do today is take care of the trees. Well, the small trees out in the meadow. So we can start cutting some grass. And we're going to use, of course, the tree devourer right here. We don't need the chute, even though the chute is kind of there. So we're just going to buy it as, not buy it as is. We want to lease it for $12.75. That's fine. And of course, we got the trailer right behind us, and the wood chips should go right into there. So the tricky part's going to be is trying to find the field boundary, if you will. So I'll be looking at the map quite a bit. Let's hitch up to this here. For some reason, detach the trailer. And I want to... There we go. We grab that. Alright, so I don't know if I got to unfold it. It's kind of hard to see without the pipe actually being there. It's kind of a weird setup. We'll do that. So the pipe is being extended, even though we can't see it. And I'll know it's extended when I can start that up. There we go. Alright, so we're all set. The wood chipper's all set. Also, we'll probably be storing the wood chips that we get into the train silo, because I'm guessing the wood chips sell best, of course, at Elm Creek. Using the train always seems to benefit you pretty good on every map that you're ever on. So we'll be storing the wood chips in there. Well, I mean, it's gotta take wood chips, or else how would you get it into the train? Yeah, it's got to. So there's really not that many trees out here. Originally, I thought I was gonna go around with a chainsaw, cut them up, and then load it up with the log grab. But yeah, we really don't need to. So yeah, this is gonna be the tricky part because I can't see the field boundaries, farmland. Alright, we're not quite there, so this tree is not on the farmland. At least I wouldn't think so. And what do I own? Do I own to the left? Or sorry, to the right? I think we'll just use the road. So, yeah, I'm not going to cut anything to the right side of the road. No sense of trying to make something over here. I may put the BGA over here. I got a BGA picked out. I may put the BGA over here, but let's see here. Out to the rock formation. So, all right. So there is a big rock out there. I know kind of where that is. It should be that rock right there. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and fire up the tree devourer. It's just a big wood chipper if you haven't seen it before. And then sometimes it'll take the stump right out, other times it won't. But it looks like it took the stump right out. If it doesn't, you just gotta lower the tree devourer down. Alright, and now right up to, yep, there's the stone. And then right up to, of course, the forest line is all we need to do. Let's see if this tree out in front, this may or may not be in our property. Well, it appears that it is. Alright, now I can kind of see where we need to go. Should be easy peasy, nice and easy. There are some stones out here, so it's going to be kind of a weird looking field once we do make it. So we got a stone right there. I don't think I can really do anything with that. But it'll add character to the field. So this will be our grass field where we just make silage to put into the BGA. The BGA we're going to put down also will do straw. I have no idea if I'm chewing up this tree, which I am not. I am a little bit. about the only thing occasionally that I have an issue with the tree devourer. Sometimes the tree falls over and you don't get it all in one go. But it's still a lot easier than me fiddling around with cutting down the trees, delimbing them, and then having to try to pick them up with the log grab. Oh, whoop, I left the devourer down. We don't want to do that. There we go. Got another rock right there I'll have to deal with. Alright, so I got a pretty good boundary to easily see where I need to be cutting trees down. They all must go. Yeah, I think all the stumps are being removed. If they're not, I'll definitely find out when I go plant the grass field. Now, when I make this into a field, I probably will originally get rid of the road going up to the sawmills, but I'll put it back in once we get the fields done. So we'll kind of have like two separate fields. Alright, so the bushes don't really get affected. I actually took all the leaves off the tree somehow. That was interesting. Alright, so how far up do we actually own? Oh, we own quite a ways up. Alright, it may seem like a long ways up, but as we start eliminating the trees, it's not going to be as much as it looks on the mini-map. Yeah, we definitely got a few rocks lying around here. Yeah, this is the last tree going this way, I do believe. And I probably won't bring the field all the way up to the corner because it'll just make a tight field up here to constantly turn around. It's all these little shrubs throughout here. Well, I say shrubs. These trees are probably 30 feet tall. Nope, that stump is still there. And on this map, it kind of reminds me of Oceanside Forest, where the wood products are worth a good amount of money. The wood chips, the logs, all that kind of stuff does seem to be worth doing on this map. Alright, let me get the rest of these trees kind of taken care of. And we should be able to, like I said, put these wood chips into the silo down at the train station. Alright, I think we're down to the last two trees. I will keep the tree devourer around just in case I did miss any stumps. Of course, I could just delete them. Actually, I probably got stumps inside by the mill that need to be deleted anyways. Alright, there we go. Definitely looking a little bit different around here. Yeah, there's more rocks there than I thought there were. Might be like a handful. We'll see even better once we start cutting the grass around here, which is the next step. And we're going to lease the mower for today. I thought about buying it, but I really want to place the BGA today, even though I won't be able to use it for quite a while. But we'll have to see if I got the money to do so. It's going to be 55 grand for the BGA. But I still got to lease the mower, the windrower, and then probably, I think the baler. I'm not going to get the Guvile stationary baler. Yep, wood chips, we definitely want to go in here, so that'll be sold to Elm Creek. Would it not be now the time to sell the wood chips, or was that like a couple months ago? Wood chips in January. Yeah, in January. It's August. All right, well. But now we got $43,000 worth of wood chips. That's not too bad. All right, so for now, oh yeah, I was going to check out just to make sure I could take the grain back out, although I'm not sure I really need to. Yep, we can take everything back out, even wood chips and all the other stuff, if I ever needed to. So if I ever just want to use the silo as a silo and then use this material for other things, I could. The grain trailer will just drop off right there. And I guess the wood chipper I can just go ahead and put back by the store. I'm like 95% sure we're done with it. Let's just go ahead and throw it like right here. This looks like their storage area. Alright, so in the store page, let's go lease something else. And mowers, there we are. And we've used this before, way back on Cylindra. Wheel setup, standard, light system, mulcher. We don't need any of that. We just want to go ahead and lease that for $765. Why not buy it? Because, you know, I do have the money to do so. As I said, I would like to do the BGA today, if possible. But also, I'm not really sure what mower setup I want to use in the future. I would prefer something that could windrow as it mows. That way I can follow up with a forage wagon. We don't need a big forage wagon, because the Goofile stationary baling system can only hold 20,000 liters at a time. So I don't need a forage wagon that holds hundreds of thousands of liters, because where am I going to put it? Already it looks kind of weird in front of the sawmill now, with all those trees and bushes being gone. Alright, so yeah, somewhere along here. And all I know is head out towards that rock, then go up towards the forest line. And as I said, we're not going to go across the road with this grass field. Not the best grass in the world. Of course, we're going to have bushes and everything else tied in with it. Oh, I don't have access to that land? I thought I cut a tree down that was there. But I also shouldn't have to worry about trees for the sawmills for a while, because we own all these trees now to our left to a point. I don't think we own all the way through the clump of trees. So the BGA that we are going to be using, that will take straw also. Actually, let's just go ahead and cut across like this. So once we do get a forage wagon or a baling system, whatever it may be, and we do cereal grain that creates straw, we can pick it up with the good old forage wagon. Oop, hello rock. And bring it on down to, I don't know if the BGA is going to take loose straw, or will it take both bales and loose straw? I'm not too sure. It did say in the description, but I read quickly what it does take for material. I just didn't see if it took solid bales or loose or both. And I do believe the production rate of it is pretty decent. It's going to go through the material, I think, quick enough for what we are doing here. Now, of course, You may say, why not just sell the silage bales straight up? We should get more money by, you know, using the silage bales and making it into energy. Plus, also, as I mentioned last episode, if I got silage bales in the spring, I would probably wait until all the way until December, because that's the best time to sell silage to get my money. But now, at least by making it into energy, energy does not have an up and down season, at least that I'm aware of. At least it doesn't in the price guide. We can't really see the best time to sell energy and all that. So, yeah, we'll get our money on it through and through. Well, let's go ahead and get this grass, or let's say grass field, this meadow cut up. Then it's time to lease the windrower. And then I think for today it's going to be cheaper just to lease a baler wrapper like I did on the other field that, I can't remember, was that the part that you didn't get to see because I made an episode that wasn't an episode, if you remember that, just a little while ago. But we'll get some bales wrapped and they'll start fermenting. But let's get this meadow field cut first. Well, as you can see, I have decided to go for the biggest windrower I could find, which is good because it'll leave least amount of swaths I have to bale. It'll make this job, I thought, quicker. Yeah, but getting around these rocks has been something else with the big windrower. Also, I've been kind of lazy not moving the trailer. I keep thinking to myself, yeah, when I was mowing, it was like, when I get to it, I'll move the trailer. Well, that part has come and gone, and when I got to the windrowing, I'm like, I'll move the trailer then, and I still haven't moved it, and I probably won't move it at all. So, it's going to stay right there, I guess. Yeah, I think we got all the stumps, actually. I don't think we missed any. I'm not seeing anything visually yet that I missed any. So, I can return the tree devour. I don't think I need it for anything else. Yeah, definitely when I make the grass field in just a little bit, we're not going to get that close to the stones. And the meadow grass that was here, boy, this rake is not going to be worth a darn when I return it, running into all these stones. Yeah, the meadow grass will regrow. It's just won't. I know some people may ask, then why make a grass field? Because the yield will be better than just meadow grass. If this was a real grass field, I don't think I would have used this big of a windrower, because the baler probably wouldn't be able to pick up that much of a swath, because we'd have more material that we're raking up. Alright, looks like a couple more passes and we are good. Yeah, being August, let's see. So, September. Yeah, so the way it's going, I should be able to get one cut of grass in the grass field that we are creating. As long as I get it planted this month, I should be cutting it in November. So by the time November comes, we'll be doing this all over again. And like I said, if I get myself a mower that windrows, I won't have to have a windrower. We can just go ahead and use a forage wagon. Let me go into lease stuff. We can return this. And we can return that. And now for balers up here. Yeah, I don't have the modded baler that we're using on Western Australia. We don't need anything like that. But I do need a round baler that will wrap. And either the Fendt or the Massey Ferguson. I think we'll just go with the Massey Ferguson. And the bale size doesn't really matter too much. Wrapping design. I don't need a turner on it. Or do I want a turner on it? No, we're fine that way. Foil color. We'll change it so it's easier to see. And we will lease it for $4,300. That leaves me with $62,000, which is just enough to be able to place down the small BGA. And right now I'm trying to figure out where do I want to put it across the road where I have an option to? Or do I want to put it like near the entryway to the sawmill? So I am going to have to pick up the bales first after we wrap them before we can come in here with a plow and create the field. Then of course we'll have to do soil sampling, lime spreading, and then of course planting the grass. So a lot of steps to make a meadow field into a grass field. Of course, I could have just went in and plowed up the meadow grass and not done all this, but it's hard to pass up free meadow grass, right? Let me go ahead and make sure that we're on the biggest bales, just so it's, you know, less bales to pick up. I'm not going to bother with a bale loader. We'll just go ahead and use our pallet forks on the Valtra, the Valmet. Lower that down here. Yeah, we'll have to see where the BGA looks its best. Of course, I would like flat ground because that would, you know, cut down on the ground leveling cost. So if I leave some grass behind here and there, that's okay. Well, I probably should turn on the automatic drop. So every bale is going to be 5,500 liters, I think. Yeah, 5,500 liters for every bale. And boy, we're pretty much making a bale by the time it finishes wrapping up the previous one. I would like to just have the Guvile stationary baler for this process in the future. Not that it's the financial best way to go about things, but I want to give it a go. It's been many years since I've used that. I think that Guvile stationary baling system won the mod contest back in FS17. I think that's how far back that goes. Before they, you know, came to the game as a brand name. And of course, it didn't take long for modded ones to come out. I think the one I used on 17, the capacity of that was like 100,000 liters, so it took a lot, and it made the bales relatively quick. Speaking of making bales relatively quick, feels like that's what I'm doing here. Even though we do a lot of baling on Western Australia, I'm not the one driving the tractor with the baler on it. So this does feel like a job I haven't done a whole lot of. You can see the amount of bales that we're spitting out. So is it worth it cutting meadow grass? Yes and no. I guess it all depends on how big the field is that you're doing. Luckily, I think this is a big enough field. If you look at all the leasing fees I had to do for the mower, the windrower, and now the baler, yeah, I think it's going to pay out for this on this size of a field. If you're, you know, like a field half the size, maybe not. And of course, it also matters if you're playing on easy, normal, or hard difficulty. It kind of matters. And the reason why we are filling up rather quickly is because we had a 18-meter wide windrower. So, of course, that's grabbing more grass and putting it into a swath. I keep forgetting that I just can't keep on going. That's why I do like a square baler, because you don't have to stop, wait for it to unload. Of course, I know there are modded balers out there. I even, you know, the Kubota ones, I think I used on East Island, where it's kind of like the cotton harvester on Tuscany, where it actually has two capacity areas. So, yeah, as it's unloading a bale, it has another capacity area for it to load up grass. But I still may be going too quickly for that. Alright, let me get some more of this done. And when we do get done, we'll be able to see how many bales we ended up with. And we can check the stock market page to see how many liters of grass we got. Because currently it's grass, it's not silage yet. Pink marshmallows galore on the field. So I'm definitely thinking we're over 20. I haven't had a look yet myself, but they're piling up pretty good. I want to say I made, and I can kind of do the math in a little bit, but I think the sorghum field that I did, I think I had about 21 bales. And I want to say that made us, when I sold it as silage, like $50,000, somewhere around there. So, of course, I'm kind of hoping that once we get the BGA and we turn this into energy, maybe we'll get like $60,000 to $70,000 for the silage. Yeah, this project's going to take this episode and a little bit of the next episode to get done before I actually get it to a grass field. Do I have the mod that allows me to unload? Oh, I do. Not a full bale, but I definitely want that 3,800 liters. So, today, I have made 26 bales, and the other field, let's see, if I just go into, I don't think I've made bales anywhere else. No, that's the wrong page. Bales, 26, so it was 20. I thought it was 2021. Yeah, I think that made us like $40,000, $45,000. So, yeah, hopefully this will do a little bit better than that. So the baler, yeah, we are done with the baler. Let's go ahead and return that. Return that, yes. Now, where do I want to put the BGA? It's not that big of a BGA. I was thinking across the road, but if I ever get involved with cutting down those trees there, I really don't want the BGA to be in the way, so I'm thinking put it on this side. And as we go to the field itself, you can see we got like a little bit of a curve down here. So maybe try to find out where that curve is and put it like right on the edge. I think that's maybe like the best spot. Plus it'll be, you know, on the road, so maybe like right down here. No, I don't need the developer command system up. I need to do this. Yeah, so somewhere right in front of us. So let's go to construction, production, and we got a couple of options. Where is it here? So we got the mini biogas plant, and the one that does, it says with refueling, but that is for methane. I'd rather just sell the methane straight up, so we'll just go with this. You know what I didn't do is I did not turn on the zone markers. So now that they're on, now I can see all the fill points, drop-off points. Anything in the back I need to do? No. Yeah, so I think having it just like this is perfectly fine. Keep it away from the road a little bit. That way if I ever get... I said I don't want to get big machinery on here. But at least we got room on the road. And just to the right of the big silo, I could stack the bales there. There we go. Alright, did a little bit of ground deformation here, but it's not too bad. I can smooth that out at a later date. So if we come into here, silage, slurry, manure, we're not going to have that. Sugar beet, potatoes, we're not doing that. Straw, we'll definitely have some straw of that in the future. So silage and straw is all we're doing. And then I can sell it anytime. You can see it's got some good storage in there. At least I think that's good storage. And silage, it can take 75,000 liters, which is quite a bit. Cycles per month seem to be pretty good. So, oh yeah, is there a place to sell? Because we're going to get some digestate. Is there a place to sell digestate on the map? The methane... Oh, maybe I should look on that too. Let's see here. Where is... I've probably gone right past the digestate. No, there it is. No sell point. Alright, so I may have to put down the sell everything mod. And let's see here. Where is the methane? Methane should be on the list too, right? Energy will not be on the list. That's a base price as far as I'm aware. And methane may not be on the list either. So how do I know if I got... Well, if I got to put down the sell everything mod for the digestate, that should take methane as well. Yeah, I don't see the methane on here. I may have gone past it. Not too sure. But anyways, we got ourselves the beautiful mini BGA. So of course we got to wait for these to be fermented. Oh yeah, and if I go into here, how many liters of silage is that going to turn out to be? 141,328 liters of silage we'll get. Current price if I sold it, or max price I'd get for all those bales, definitely not worth selling grass as is, because I'd only get 14,000, and I definitely spent more on leasing fees for the mower, the windrower, and the baler. But yeah, getting that into silage is definitely going to make a big difference. So yeah, now all I need to do is get all these bales off the field, and I'll do that with the Valmet and the front loader. We'll just start. I'm just going to throw them. I'm not going to say throw them, but we'll place them over here. It'll be a messy pile for sure, and then we can plow the field, do some soil sampling, spread some lime in, and then plant. And that's the steps that we have. As for the farmlands, not going to bother checking because we did check it last episode, and we're still in the same month. So, but this field definitely is going to help us on out in the future. Just a matter of what setup do I want to go with it. Let's just run in here, and I got to remind myself on the sawmills. I think they're all above 40,000 liters of wood in there currently. That's got 42,000, 45,000. And 50,000. I should have left it, yeah, right over here. Which one am I tied to? Tied to that one. All right, where's that cable line? Let's go ahead and we're going to cut down a few trees here. All trees must go. Actually, I'm cutting that tree down the wrong way. You know what? I'm going to start cutting it. I wonder if this tree will actually reach that trigger over there. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, well, we can drag it on over. And I'm also wondering before well, nah. I was actually thinking there just for a second, like maybe before we leave here, we should replant the trees that were in here. But I think when FS25 comes, it's not going to be a matter of, oh, let's take our time and you know, redo some. I should turn that on. You know, redo some of the tree planting here. No, it's going to be pretty much like, all right, time to leave. Is that going to hold? We're about to find out. Oh. Alright, that didn't quite make it around the corner. So that was my first attempt cutting down trees with a cable there. It's been out front, and now we can go further out front because now we own all that land in front of us. We end to the... Yes, we do. We end right at the forest line. So the good news is, once I find the line here, as long as I kind of keep a straight line, I'll know. But of course, it will tell me if I can cut down certain trees or not. This might be too far. No, I can cut down that one. I can cut down that one. I'm guessing this one, no. Oop. Okay, we own out to here? How far do we own? Okay, somewhere in there is where we own to. Well, alright. But like I said, the good news with the sawmills is they're not going through that much wood, and they are producing a good amount of planks and furniture for us to sell in the future. But yeah, I got to reposition the yarder. Maybe the best thing to do is like put the yarder for that setup like right about here, or maybe actually right here, because I could drag it to this drop-off point and also maybe in this drop-off point, and I can fill these two up. So the yarder needs to be moved, which does not take a whole lot. Wait, can I actually retract that? Just by doing... There we go. Yarder's been retracted. No more cable. So we'll have to get that moved as well. So we may get to that next episode. It all depends on how long it takes me to clear this out. I will start moving the bales. I'll get like most of them moved, and we'll start next episode by finishing that up. And then we'll create the field. As for the rocks, yeah, these aren't like the rocks. At least I don't think they are. I don't... if you remember on Silver Run, there were slabs of rocks that we could take a jackhammer to, and then it'll crush it into stones. I think these are just decorative rocks, so we'll have to work our way around that. And I'm not going to try to get too close with them when I make the field. But there are a good amount of rocks around here. But you know what? It'll give the field some character. That's for sure. But I think this grass field is going to be big enough for doing what we need to do. It'll help us make a little bit of extra cash. And yeah, I did need to buy something kind of soon for more trees. But I think this amount of trees should do this for the rest of the series and the sawmills. Because like I said, let's see. When you actually watch this video, it will technically be October. So we're like 40 to 45 days away from Farming Simulator 25. So yeah, it's coming quick. But anyways, if you made this far in the video and you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. And also while you're down there, that's a subscribe and notification bell as well. Might want to tap on those so you don't miss out on more content like this. But that will wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in the Mythical Woods. But until then, have a good one.